Hey there, welcome in. Yo, shout out to all the viewers. How do I start this again? Magic players, much love. Travis here. MTG match of the day number 5 with Elf Belcher. This hand has no mana at all, so I'm gonna mulligan it. This hand also doesn't have any mana, so I'm also gonna mulligan it. With Magic learning magic backwards and forwards. Well, this is a way to start. Theme of the day is courage. Courage to make mistakes, courage to lose, courage to fail in front of an audience. The deck doesn't always work. 3. Well, we have a land now. Bottom this one. Yeah. Something that I've been thinking is trying to make myself useful and helpful irrespective of my play, regardless of my winning or losing. How can I bring usefulness every day, even if I lose, even if I play poorly? And what I've been thinking is the way that I can do that is through courage, through willingness to make mistakes in front of you, to start my day, even for my own day, to be okay with going out in the world and making mistakes in my business and life, and so on. And so every day we've been doing, playing Elvish Visionary, although maybe the Sylvan Ranger would have been better. Every day we've been doing a question to go with Magic Learning. And my question of the day to you is, what's a time that you made a mistake that wasn't a mistake? There was unexpected results and you turned it into an opportunity. For instance, today I made a mistake of getting a breeding pool, which gave the opponent Island Walk. But it's an opportunity for me to fail forward. Yeah, just a great day, really. Let me go ahead and recap. I'm trying to pack this with more non-Magic the Gathering value for you. I moved into a new room. Hey, that works. I moved into a new room, and it's an amazing room. It's a great studio for recording. You're gonna love the new background in my videos. I've got books, and I've got pictures, and very exciting. My bed is now a loft, and I have a skylight, and I woke up early to the sun and got out of bed 2 hours before I had been waking up the other days, which is an awesome way to start the day. Had a bunch of client calls and have a new client who I'm helping with getting him back into basketball shape. I'm not a licensed professional on that, so there's waivers and stuff like that, and disclaimer is necessary, but really just like to help people. So that's something I'm doing. And most of you probably aren't interested in that, but if you're interested in the personal training side of things, you can schedule with me, and I'm having a lot of fun doing that, as well, looking at your schedule and what you're eating, and saying, yeah, Magic really helps with that too, because a lot of people are just telling you what to do. I look at your whole schedule life like it's a deck list and say, if you're going to add this, you need to cut this, right? Opportunity cost. You can't just add without cutting. So Magic is making me better at that has made me uniquely better in that other thing. Like looking at people's schedules, life schedules, like they're a deck list. Super interesting. Anyways, enough self-promotion, although I think that I'm just really just trying to help. We look at the sideboard here. I basically have nothing for Merfolk. We've got a bunch of hosers, one-ofs, which we could normally find with Wargate, and some extra lands for decks with tons of removal. But we basically have nothing and just have to hope that we have a better hand to start the game. Alright, so back for game 2. Hopefully we have a... This hand is good. This is a solid hand. We need to be careful with the opponent mulligans this time. We need to be careful with the breeding pool. Because, like we saw last game, that is going to put a target on our head for Island Walk. So, if we're going to play it, we're going to have to win really fast. Aether Vial. Simian Spirit Guide. That's interesting. Not interesting enough to dissuade me from playing Breeding Pool. So gonna go Wood Elves for the basic forest. And then we can play Heritage Druid. If we had used Simian Spirit Guide, we could have had all of these untapped and then played Save Right Quest also. But I don't think that makes a huge difference. What we can do on the next turn, especially if the opponent taps, is go ahead and tap the forest to Safe Right Quest for the plains, exile Simian Spirit Guide, and then we can Wargate for 4 to go ahead and grab Charbelcher. Okay, well it's a good thing we didn't get the plains with the Safe Right Quest because it would have been hit with Spreading Seas and that would have screwed us up. So go ahead and cast this. Question of whether we want to get the Temple Garden so that we can Path Exile ourselves. Go blue, green, white. So question of the day to think about. What's a mistake you made that was not a mistake, but actually was an opportunity? Meanwhile, this is a pretty good start. Turn 3 Belcher in play, and next turn we're going to be able to Belch for lethal. Belcher in play. Ship the turn. Elf Belcher here. If you want the deck tech, it's a deck with elves and with Belcher. That's the deck tech. Yeah, man, I'm having so much fun now, speaking of opportunities, that I'm really working for myself. Because before I was trying to sell magic cards to as many people as possible. Now I'm trying to help a few people as much as possible, which is totally different as far as business models go, and much more enjoyable. I've realized I don't need a big audience. I don't even want a big audience. I want to help a few people from my audience a lot and help the people who want to be helped. It's like it's just totally different, and I'm super happy. Having a hell of a day, as you can tell. Hell of a month, really. Alright. I need to click each of these unless you concede. Let the opponent know. So basically they can concede. Take your time to look, of course. For sure. Okay, yeah, this is social. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, bro. So yeah, we might as well deck tech it while we're here. 5 lands. Okay, down to game 3. Not gonna make any changes again. That was a really easy game because, yeah, we had the turn 4 kill. Thanks. Sometimes works. Easy game because we didn't have to deal with any counter magic, but oh, I wish I could change and get in like a Quasi Pride Mage. I'm concerned about Pithing Needle coming down and stopping our Belcher. That's a concern that I have. Okay, back for game 3, and this hand is pretty sweet. As we have 2 Chancellors, so we could start the game with an Elvish Archdruid, or we could start the game with an Elvish Mystic and an Aether Vial. Opponent doesn't have an Aether Vial themselves. which is probably helpful for us. In this matchup, I like getting the Archdruid down because the raw mana potential is, well, we could go Sylvan Ranger, Elvish Mystic. My concern is, I like getting the Archdruid down. This is the highest upside, and the opponent is blue, so unless they have Vapor Snag or Dismember, it's going to work out awesome. Otherwise, it would have been better to play Elvish Mystic or Sylvan Ranger. And if the other way works out better, I'm not going to say it was a mistake, because we made a judgment call. We don't know which one is actually going to work out better. And this one worked out better. By the way, if the opponent doesn't have Spreading Seas... okay, interesting. So I like playing Elvish Mystic to start, definitely. And then I like playing Sylvan Ranger so we can get another land. And definitely Forest or the Plains. I like getting a Plains, actually, so that if the opponent Spreading Seas, it turns on our War Gate. Hopefully that if the opponent doesn't have Spreading Seas, then we should be able to stabilize this fairly easily, actually. As the Chancellors are coming out soon enough in 6-7 reach. Is gonna be good at stopping these attackers. So the opponent is going for some attacks, and the question is whether... I feel like we have an opportunity to trade our Elvish Mystic for Master of the Pearl Trident. We should do it. We're losing 2 mana on this deal, but it's going to buy us a lot of time. Worth doing. Also, Marrow Reedry is going to stop our Chancellor of the Tangle blocking plan. So we need a new plan. Which is, yeah. Or our plan can be get down multiple Chancellors. Sylvan Ranger. Don't have the mana for that yet. Ship the turn. Continue to gum down the fort. Opponent down to 3 cards. Concern is 4-drop Master of Waves, maybe. Silver Go Adept. Some juice on the other side, tapping down one of our blockers. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Elvish Archdruid has been stupendously good. Excuse me as I relocate. Okay. I'm in the new office. Multiple positions. Now with the computer over my head. Alright, no attacks from the opponent. That's fantastic. Really want to win so we can move on to a new deck tomorrow. And if we do win, I'm curious to hear what you want to see for the next deck. Okay, use Other Vial's ability, put out a Sylvan Ranger. 3, 4, 5, and we have enough mana to lay our first Chancellor this turn. Forest. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could also play another Sylvan Ranger. 3. Although, unfortunately, we don't have any more basics to get with Sylvan Ranger. Although, if there was an island, I wouldn't want to get it anyways. Okay. 6, 7 mana. The card advantage is real. We could start attacking at this point, but I don't want to do that. I want to really stabilize this board. Yeah, we could have attacked with the 3 of them and had 3 blockers back. That might have been worth doing. Does this have Vigilance? Yeah, it has Vigilance, so it's basically gonna well, Marrow Reedry is pretty epic. But it's really it may come down to Island Walk, because I feel like our Chancellors, well, Reedrys are crazy because each Merfolk taps or untaps 2 permanents now, so they can tap, if they're able to stockpile some Merfolk, they can say tap 4 of our creatures. And well, they still only have 13. Oh, they have 13, 9, and we're at 13. So, yeah, things could be. It's very much up in the air right now, but I'm hoping that we can win. And we can still draw Goblin Charbelcher. Yeah, check out this Archdruid. How much mana has this made? Do we have a running tally of the G's? So Harbinger of the Tides is coming down. And what is this doing? Return a tapped creature. So it's going to bounce our Archdruid. Or the opponent could bounce our, bouncing our Archdruid. Yeah, and that puts us in a really precarious position. Definitely going to move in to triple block the Reejerey. We have an opportunity to kill it. I'm going to take it. Oops. For some reason, the reset blockers thing happens. So we are taking 7 and we're dropping to 6. Things are a bit hairy, and our mana has really been affected negatively. Drop an Elvish Mystic. We can attack with the Chancellor and get down Elvish Archdruid to block. And well, the opponent only has 1 card left, so we'll see what it is. Definitely precarious. We may be able to hopefully lay more another Chancellor starting the next turn. Basically just hope the opponent draws lands at this point. Master of Waves. Okay, so there's a good chance we're going to be back to... Unless we draw Goblin Charbelcher. If we draw Goblin Charbelcher, I believe that we may still be able to win. We're going to need a chump block. We're going to need to make a few chump blocks, yeah, but we need to draw Belcher to either kill the other Spellskite, so I think actually we can't win, which means we'll be back with Elf Belcher tomorrow. The series is very much about... Oh, the opponent didn't attack. Series is very much about discipline and consistency, so I will be back with the same deck until we get a win. I don't like to quit on things. There's times to quit, but I don't like to quit. And this isn't one of those times. Drop another Chancellor, I guess. Attack with this one. We can buy out Simian Spirit Guide. So, yeah, questions. When we do win, what's the deck you want to see? The main question, though, what's a mistake that was not a mistake, but was not opened up the door of opportunities? You don't have to answer that in the comments. It can be something you just think about. 3. Master of the Pearl Trident. Alright, we're super dead. Give the opponent the GGs. If you want the deck tech, we'll do that tomorrow again. But I think you get the idea. So thanks to everyone for watching. Thank you so much. If you want to receive some private attention, I do that now, and I find it enjoyable, and I'm happy to help. So feel free to message or email me. And also, for the rest of you all, see you back here tomorrow.